Hello, welcome everyone. This is Kim, and you are tuned in to Kim Talks Unscripted. Look, I am excited. I am very excited because this is our very first podcast. And guess what? I got a special guest today. But before I bring on our guest, let me just kind of like give you just a short view of what this podcast is about. Okay. This podcast, we're going to be talking about things that that is over everyday life, your challenges, victories, just no filter. We just gonna talk about it. I cannot stand surface talk, so surface talk is out and real talk is in. So that's just a brief overview of Kim Talks Unscripted. Now for the good part. Here is the good part. I am bringing a good friend of mine. His name is Mr. Terrence Williams. You might hear me call him T. You might hear me call him Terrence. But we are good friends. I met him some time ago. He's helped me out on a lot of different projects. So let's not even wait anymore. Terrence, come on and say hello to the people.
Well, what's up, family? Thank you so much, Kim, for having me on.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I couldn't have done this without you because we've had many conversations of Kim Talks, and I appreciate it. Took me forever, but the seed was planted, my friend. The seed was planted. So
Listen,
tell us
listen,
about
you
you.
you're telling people that I've helped you, but the truth of the matter is right now in this season, the teacher has become the student and the student has become the teacher because there's so much with all these revamps in this technology that you're going to have to show me how to work because I've been off the grid for a while. But I'm grateful that you kept going, and I can't wait till my class so I can get this in
Oh,
my spirit.
I don't know how long that class gonna take, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. So, tell me one more thing, and then we'll get right on into it. What do you have any special projects coming up that you want the viewers to know?
Currently, everything is on pause because I am working on Terrence 2.0. So a lot of things are in the pipeline, a lot of things are in development, but I will keep you abreast as developments come to pass. But right now, we're on pause while we redirect and reset.
I understand that. Okay. All right. Well, I just want to just go right on into it. You ready?
Yes, ma'am. Let's
All,
let's get it.
all right. All right. So I'm going to need T to come out on this one. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I got wind of something about these couples. It was like two couples. And so I was really like kind of thrown back. And this is some real stuff here. I mean, let's if I had to just title this, I'm gonna have to just call it the nerve of them. Because that's all I could just after viewing and just listening to the feedback, all I could say, oh, the nerve of them. So if I just had to title that, that's what it's gonna be. It was two couples. I'm gonna talk about the first one though. Let me talk about the first one. They were, doing okay pretty much, financially, but their relationship got really stronger, I want to say. They got really close and they decided, let's go ahead and do this and tie the knot. Well, for each of their guests, they asked each guest to bring $400 each, not a couple, $400 each to the wedding as a gift to help cover the wedding expense. Now, I was a little thrown back on that. $400 each,
Wait a minute.
not including what, as a guest, what we do to get there.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You
I want to make sure I understood you correctly because
okay?
I You're telling me that this couple who are well off asked as their gift from their guest to be 400 per person?
You heard me. To cover the expenses of their wedding. Their wedding.
So I want to start off by saying who in the hell left the gate open? I want to start there first. But then I want to follow that with the hell I would.
I said the nerve.
And yeah, that's what you said. But this is unscripted,
This
so
scripted.
I'm gonna say I wish the hell I would.
Okay.
But then I need to go back and say, are they mentally challenged?
You know,
Are these people mentally challenged?
I don't even.
And then my follow-up question would be, okay, that's fine that we went that route. But now on a serious tip, are these well-off friends? Because my thing is, I know for me in my current situation, if I was to be invited to this wedding,
Hmm?
I would have to decline. Not just decline giving them $400, but I'm gonna decline coming
Decline for the whole
because
thing. I'm not coming.
because bruh, go ahead on with that
I mean,
bull.
coming because first place, I've been in many weddings, and even just being a bridesmaid is expensive. The dress, the shoes, the bride wants you to wear your hair a certain way. You got to have certain accessories. She may or may not give you that as a gift. And so even that, I have come out like $300-400 just doing that. So now you telling me as a guest that I think I can go wear a dress in my closet, so to speak. Or even if I chose to buy something, it would be inexpensive. And I'm gonna try to get a little gift if I can and come to the wedding. I didn't send
So
the invitation
West
on
Co-
time. What?
West Coast, West Coast and East Coast persons, their livelihood is different from Midwest and South. And so I could go ahead and kind of see that because the cost of living is different on the West Coast and the East
Wait
Coast.
a minute.
How
I can't see.
how be it soever.
Okay.
Now I want to paint the full picture.
Okay. Don't let you.
I'm gonna give you strokes of all types. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna give you strokes of all types. But when you get to the South, if it was me, I have to decline because life is lifing differently here. So I guess my first question would be, do you recall where this actually took place at? What city, state, whatever?
I did not get that. My mistake. I didn't even read. I was just so thrown off with the $400. Nothing else computed in my brain. And so I have to be totally just honest with you on that. So did not catch the location of this.
Okay. So if we're doing the South, you can forget about it. That's going to be my response. Um you're not going to get plus one. You're not going to get
You
not
ain't gonna
not coming. You're going to get a line that says forget about it. It ain't happening.
now come on.
And let me tell you what you could do with this invitation.
Oh yeah, you would not look. They will break all ties with the friendship and everything with you.
We'll never ask him again to nothing.
Okay, you'll never come this way again.
That's okay. I'm cool with that. But it has to be that a couple has to know. I tell people this in every capacity of life. You have to know your audience. So if you are inviting people to your wedding, then there has to be a class of people or a certain group, a certain echelon that you're going after with this. But if it's a general of all classes, then you don't know your audience.
Exactly.
But
I'll get
if if you are doing this, then there has to be a specific group that you're going after because you know. For example, if you have a lot of hedge fund friends, or you have a lot of, what do they call it? The trust fund babies. You got trust fund baby friends,
Okay.
things of that nature. I could see that's not an issue for them because they pulling up in Bentleys, they pulling up in Rolls Royces, they pulling up in Aston Martin cars. So that's not a problem for them. $400, that's lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lunch,
Yeah.
you know. But knowing your audience is key to really receive this $400. Because if you ask me, I'm gonna hang up. If you call me asking for anything past $20, I'm hanging up on you
Okay.
in the first place.
Got it. I ain't got it, bro. I'm so sorry. Now,
First of all,
okay.
did you call the wrong person?
Okay.
That's what I want to know.
Did you really think about what you just said?
Hey Kim, let me borrow $30.
I wish I would. That might be my limit right there. Up as time is right now, life in over here. Uh,
That's a half a tank of gas.
okay, $30 could be the difference if I'm not gonna pay the rent or not. If I'm gonna pay the light bill, I might need that $30. So people can't hardly lend like they used to be able to do. And then all of a sudden, you asked me for $400. So I'm glad you put that spin and painted the whole picture.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now this is my feedback. I just don't feel that if you and your partner has decided to become one, and you have to ask each guest because everybody got some broke friends.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, you got at least
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I just think it's selfish for you to ask for others to cover your wedding because y'all want to go out and have this lavish $50,000, $60,000 wedding, and if you cannot afford it, I think it's selfish for you to ask others to do it. Unless you say
I
that's
can see
the
that.
gift, and even what you saying that is the gift. If you just give us $400, I'm still not coming. I can't afford to go. Now that's just my case. I can't afford to go, and like you said earlier, I wish the hell I would. I am not giving one red dime. Now, like I said, I didn't been in weddings before. I've been a guest before, and I would, as a gift for a couple at a wedding, most time they're gonna have a registry. But if they don't, I would give
Hmm.
$100. You know,
Okay.
to start off. I
Okay.
think that's reasonable. To start
Hmm.
off or whatever. But when you talk
I'm
about,
glad that's reasonable to you. I appreciate you. Listen, let me go get married so Kim could give me this $100 because I feel Jesus right up and through there
well, baby,
with that $100.
you better ask for all kind of discernment to see if I'm gonna sit there and get it, because I'm gonna have to put $20 to the side here and there. Okay, so I'm gonna be right there. This is real talk right here. This ain't no surface talk. What's on the end? It's coming out today. I cannot do it. So that is the first couple that I just wanted us just to kind of shed some light on how we feel, and you gave a great picture of that. Now,
Hey Kim.
here's
Hey Kim.
a couple. Yeah.
I'm getting married in 2026. Can I sign you up for that $100?
Well, you better wait till 2026. Get here. Hell. Look, I don't like surface talk, but if you asking me for money, I'm gonna make some surface talk. Wait a minute. We got to get to the second couple. It's more than one. Cause
Okay.
for that couple, I just said the nerve of y'all, just the nerve for you
Mm,
to even fix your mouth. So okay,
miss me.
so here's the second couple. Here's how I'm gonna throw this one at you. I heard about this second couple. They were same scenario. The relationship went up a couple of steps. They got closer, decide to make a life together, become one. This particular couple here really, really surprised me because they didn't ask for anything from their guests. They didn't have a wedding registry, none of that. When they decided to do this thing, they was outside. They had an outside wedding, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I could see the interstate behind them. She bought her dress no more than about, I want to say, 42, $50, something like that. I was reading. His suit probably cost no more than $100. They had a wedding out there. Who could come. It was outside, very quick wedding. Didn't ask for no gifts. The reception was at a local restaurant that they both enjoyed and asked their guests to come. And that was the whole thing. And the feedback from that, people was calling them cheap. People were saying, well, they should have never got married. That's the best they could do. Now, for that, not on the couple, but for all of the people that gave negative talk, I truly said, oh, the nerve of y'all. They did it the way they did it, and guess what? It wasn't a burden to nobody. Look, you can have your wedding in the park. You can have it at McDonald's if that's what you want. But if I ain't got to come out with all that money, I'm happy I'll be the first one there. I'll be on time. What's your take on that one?
Well, first of all, sign me up. I'll be there with bells on.
I should have known.
That's the first thing. I want you to know I will be on time. In fact, I'll be early to the wedding. Um, I think it's very we live in a society, and it's been this way for a while.
Mm-hmm.
There is no pleasing people. There, no matter what you do, there is no pleasing of
You right.
people.
Matt. You can't please everybody.
So you have to do what makes you happy.
Right.
It has to be about you and that special person.
Mm-hmm.
I've been, I was privy to go to a backyard wedding of an extended family member of mine. And when that happened, it was behind their current house, and they had on their little outfit or whatever. It wasn't expensive, the dress and the suit. They had on whatever they had. Some of the family members, I believe, were asked to bring a dish, but they also had several items that they cooked themselves. So it was pretty much food that you knew you were going to eat. So the ceremony was done by the brother. He was the officiant, and the children of the bride was in the wedding, and it was in the backyard, and the food was good, the music was good, and everybody was happy. The gifts
Everybody.
were very nice.
Man.
Everything was good, and you went home you after the nice little party.
Yeah.
For something like that, again, I've also learned this. Your invited guests are going to be people who you hold dear to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
So the people who are commenting on this bull,
Uh,
giving these crazy thoughts, they're usually people that's not invited to these gatherings. Clearly, they're just seeing the information and putting in their 2 cents, which nobody asked for in the first place.
I agree
So
with that.
so I would say to this couple, as well as, oh, the nerve of them was to the audience. I'm sorry. So I would say to this set of people, do you remember that stand up thing that Kevin Hart did, where he had to go and tell his teacher what his mama said when she gave him the permission to cuss? I would say to this audience that had all these comments, mind your damn business.
Business. Thank you. Say it for the people in the back. I'm telling you. You know what? I am so glad that you said that, because the people you right that are commenting in this manner, they don't have that. Half of them probably have not been married and still waiting.
Oh,
They don't know what they would do in that
oh, I
situation.
like
Or
the
I
way
would
you
have
put that.
I would have did that. You don't know what you would do when you in that situation. Like
Right.
you say, you got to know your audience. But we all
Yes.
got broke friends. Some of them got all broke friends, and you gonna ask them for money, and then on this side of the table, you don't ask for nothing. Look, we just want to do this. We ain't got no bridesmaids. We don't have nothing. We just gonna tie the knot because we love each other. And their goal probably could have been, we're gonna save this money, all the money that we could have spent. We could take that and put it on a nice home, or we could take
But
that and put it
somebody,
in.
Kim, somebody,
Uh,
somebody could have brought some deviled eggs though. That's all I'm saying.
okay,
Somebody could have brought a meatball or two.
that's because you
That
like
that's that.
eggs.
I can't go to a party or a wedding without meatballs, deviled eggs,
Yeah,
a chicken wing,
you gonna
and if
chicken.
I got one more question for you.
Okay, come
When they went to the restaurant,
on. Uh-huh.
was there a wedding cake?
I didn't see a wedding cake either.
Oh hell, I ain't going either. Let me join the people on the other side. Let me
Wait,
join the
people in the
haters right
audience
quick,
know
cause
that Terrence is a baker. He has baked some stuff. Send me pictures. Now I ain't got to taste none of it just yet, but he's a baker, y'all. So he always looking for some sweets.
see what had happened was Kim,
I don't
I had
see,
mailed,
see,
I
see.
I I had door dashed, and then they said they couldn't find your address
Okay. Oh, really,
with the
really, friend.
uh, the cupcakes. I had tried though,
uh
and
uh
then it had rained. It
uh.
had rained.
You need to go for an X-ray so we can see what's all in your stomach. Okay. You done ate the cupcake doing their what do you I can't even call it right now. But you know what I'm talking about.
Me and anime ate all the cupcakes. How about that?
Oh, okay. What however you want to say it. So let me tell you something. See, I just knew when I came up with these two couples, when I saw this here and I brought it to you tonight, I just knew you were just gonna have fun with this here. Ah,
So did you answer? Did you answer for the second couple? Your comment, your
okay,
input.
my second. Okay, so here's my comment or my feedback on it. I like the fact that they just wanted just to do them, and if that's the way they wanted to do it, I was all right with it.
Hmm.
It would make me feel more to give a nice, more, maybe a nicer gift, maybe a little bit more than $100, and because they wasn't asking for nothing, and you can see if their hearts are pure. You know your friends.
True.
You already know who they
True.
are. And
True.
so for me, I wouldn't mind giving because you're not trying to take me out financially, trying to, and
Not that you're gonna win anyway, but go
for
ahead.
you
I
crazy.
hear your point.
So I love this second couple. But again, like I say, the negative feedback, it was just as much as the first couple that I had a problem with. This couple I didn't have a problem with. And people will probably say I could hear it now. Or was she just agreeing with the second couple because she didn't have to spend no money? You got doggone right I ain't had to spend no doggone money. Hell.
Let the church say. Let the church say,
Better
Amen.
raise your hands and receive it. That's all I'm saying
All day. All day.
all day long. I'm like, I'm like, let me give you a few of these bills I got. If you could just take a glance at some of the stuff I got going on financially, you appreciate them kind of weddings. You appreciate kind
Yeah.
of friends as being thoughtful of their guests because they
Yes.
knew who they are. They knew their audience. They knew
Yes.
what they had. And so because they didn't put a dollar amount, they wanted the love and just support of people just being there as they
Hmm.
do their union. See, you can receive that. I don't care how you look at that. You can receive that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's funny because even with these two couples, let me say this. I thought about the shows. What is this show? Say Yes to the Dress. That little show there, I used to watch it all the time. And they used to pick one bride that they would show their wedding. And it's always the very nice, the lavish gowns, the venue, all of that. So then I thought about another show called Cheapskates. And it would show people that were so cheap that they could spend little as possible. That's what they would do. And literally, there was a wedding on that. Since we talking about these couples, it was a wedding couple, and it was a mom. She raised these girls by herself. She single mom, and for her daughter's dress, she said, "Okay, I'm paying for the whole wedding. That's just how it goes. Mom is gonna pay for the wedding." The mother bought her a dress from a pawn shop.
Wow.
In the dress, they had them in the back of the store. And so she went to go try on the dress, and she says, "Mom, I think I smell urine, like from an animal." And she said, "Oh, we can brush that off, we can clean that up. How much is this dress?" That's how tight this mama was. Okay,
Wow.
hated it. For the wedding cake, get this, she actually went to a bakery and asked them, because she borrowed the demo. You know how they'll have all the wedding cake, the displays up there, but
Yes.
I re-
Uh-huh.
she asked to borrow that. See, that was cheap. That's tight. And people want to talk about this couple right here that didn't ask for nothing, got out, they had they wedding outside. She did that. But food, they did tuna fish sandwiches. Okay.
What?
And she got married in the gymnasium.
What?
Okay. So they can go real, real cheap while they was talking about this other couple right here. See, so that's why I say these two couples right here, when it reminded me of those two shows. Literally. Now
Hmm.
ain't that a mess?
I don't know how I feel about the brother who went along with this. I don't know if there exists something called a spine because
Ain't neither one of them had it, because she was paying. She said she was not paying no more than $1,000 for their wedding, and she paid 900 and something altogether. 900 and some change.
these
And the
people
guest
down to
was
the penny.
laughing, family members was laughing, and at the end, but they said they had fun when the reception was going on and they were dancing. It was like a potluck situation, and I couldn't get over them sandwiches because I like tuna sandwiches, but that right there, I wouldn't have dared put that in my mouth the way I looked at it. Mm-mm,
No, ma'am.
mm-mm.
No, ma'am.
And
So I want to also say
a
this.
lie.
So here's another perspective. Why not, since you're budget friendly or budget controlled, why not just go to the justice of the peace? You can get so many people in there. I
Yes.
don't know what the max number is, but you can have guests. And then have a backyard party for your reception, or go to the park, or just wait a year and have a big party.
And right. And do whatever you gotta do, and just make sure that you all are comfortable, because I've been married before, and I can tell you, it's so easy to be caught up in all of the lights, the glitter, the pearls, the lace. You could get caught up. But it's the commitment.
Yes.
It's the fact of we're not two people, we're one. And so when people can try to get that understanding or get that revelation, then y'all can shut your mouth.
Yeah.
They can just shut their mouth, you know?
Yeah.
And because you could have it either way you want these days. When I got married back in the day, T, we had a church wedding. I got married. I had a Catholic wedding. And I'm going to tell you, I can stand 10 toes down on this one. I had the most boring 2-hour wedding ever. Ever. And I was like, if I had to do it again, and at that time, everything was probably about $2,500. Now
Oh wow.
you could barely get a wedding dress for $2,500.
That's
Okay, these days. So
because you ain't going to the pawn shop.
okay, I wasn't going to a pawn shop. Hello, I wasn't doing that. So it's just whatever you want. I still say the nerve of them for people that gave the negative feedback, and just sometimes you got to look at it, as they would say, don't look at the glass half full. Don't look at or half, no, half empty. That's what they say. Look at it half
Yes.
full.
Yes.
When you start looking from a different perspective, a different place, then you'll get a better
Yes.
understanding. That's all I'm
Yes.
saying. I still say
Just
learn.
do you.
Let
Just
but
do.
still say that.
Just just do you. Just
Just
do
do
you.
you. That's it. Don't worry about nobody else. If y'all are comfortable, that's all that matters. Because they got to live together. They got to fight it
Amen.
and learn. Just learning to live with somebody is a challenge.
Work.
Okay. So on that note, T, we could probably go on and on and on, but we got to stop here. Thank you so much for being on the first podcast of Kim Talks Unscripted. Because
Yeah, well,
I think we did.
let me just say to your audience,
Uh-oh, come on.
this woman crazy. So with y'all upcoming episodes, she gonna come with the thunder of all kind of topics, and she real and raw. So if you miss an episode, you better find a way to catch up because you gonna miss out with Kim Talk. It should be Kim is Raw, should be the
Wait a
name
minute, I
of
didn't
the
even think
show.
about that. I didn't even think
Or
about that, T. I
Raw
really
Kim.
didn't. Oh well. But I told you, don't like surface talk. Hey listeners, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all so much. Listen, you've got to hit that notification so you can definitely catch us here on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're going to go on other platforms as well. So you got to stay connected to us. And this is something I want to leave all of our listeners. I want to leave y'all with this. Here's your thought for the day. Stop looking back in your past because you're going to take a chance of tripping over your future. It ain't in the back, it's what's in front of y'all. Good night, y'all. Thanks, T. Have a good one.